Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from howtobecome.com and welcome to this interview training video where I will teach you exactly how to explain having no work experience in an interview and still come across as a confident, capable and professional candidate. Now this video is perfect if you're preparing for your very first job interview, if you're a fresher or graduate straight out of university, or if you've taken a career break and are now re-entering the workforce, or even if you're changing careers and moving into a completely new industry. A lack of direct experience does not mean you can't impress the hiring manager. In fact, if you follow the advice in this tutorial, you can turn that lack of experience into a strength, showing them that you're motivated, adaptable, and ready to learn quickly. So please make sure you stay tuned because I'll give you simple structures that you can follow, real example answers, and powerful tips to help you stand out from the other candidates, even if they have years of experience. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can help you pass every interview you ever attend. And if you find this helpful, please hit that like button because it motivates me to create more free content just like this. Also, comment below and tell me the name of the job role you are interviewing for. I reply to all comments with extra tips to help you succeed. Okay, let's get straight into the training. So why do interviewers ask about your experience or highlight the fact that you don't have any? Well, they are not trying to catch you out. It's important to understand that because they simply want reassurance in three key areas. Number one, can you learn quickly and adapt? They want to know that you'll pick things up fast and you will not need constant supervision. Number two, do you have transferable skills? Even if you've never worked in their industry before, they want to see that you can bring useful strengths like teamwork, organization, or communication. And number three, they want to know, are you motivated? They want to know that you'll show up, stay positive, and be committed to the role for the long term. That's really important. Now, here's something very important also. Not every interviewer will ask you directly about your lack of experience. Instead, they'll ask common questions like, tell me about yourself, why should we hire you, or what are your strengths? And these are your opportunities to address the experience gap in a positive way. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to give answers that either directly explain your lack of experience or naturally highlight the skills, studies, and personal qualities you have that make up for it and make you the ideal candidate for the job role. Now let's talk about the best structure to use when explaining your no work experience in an interview. I recommend keeping it really simple by following my ACE structure, ACE. This is a really simple three-step formula. Write this down. Step number one, A stands for acknowledge it briefly. Be upfront if you have little or no direct experience. This shows honesty and self-awareness, but keep it short. Don't apologize or dwell on it. C stands for confirm transferable skills and strengths. So focus on what you do bring to the table. These might come from your education, your volunteering, part-time jobs, caring responsibilities, or personal projects. Skills like teamwork, organization, problem solving, communication, and reliability are all valuable, no matter whether you have experience in their industry or not. And then finally, E stands for explain your motivation and potential. So finish your answer by explaining how you'll make up for the lack of experience. So for example, by learning quickly, working hard, and being flexible. You want them to see you as someone who will hit the ground running and grow in the role fast. So if you follow this formula, your answer will sound confident, positive, and future focused instead of defensive. And don't forget, if the interviewer doesn't directly ask you about your lack of experience, you can still weave this structure into other answers. For example, when they ask, tell me about yourself, or why should we hire you? You can use the same approach. Acknowledge it briefly, confirm transferable skills and strengths, and explain your motivation and potential. So let me now give you two brilliant example answers. One perfect for first-time candidates and freshers, and the other for those of you returning after a career break or switching careers. So let me now give you two brilliant example answers. One, perfect for first-time candidates and freshers, and the other for those of you returning after a career break or switching careers. Here we go. Tell me about your experience for those who it's their first job, or if you're a fresher or graduate just out of college or university. Here we go. Although I don't have direct work experience yet, I do have transferable skills that I believe make me a strong candidate for this role. For example, during my academic studies, I often worked on group projects where I developed teamwork, organisation and communication skills. I also volunteered at a local community event where I helped coordinate tasks and supported visitors, which taught me responsibility and how to work well under pressure. I'm highly motivated to learn quickly, and I will bring positivity, reliability and a strong work ethic to this role. I may not have formal experience yet, but I will make up for that with my commitment to doing the job to a high standard and following your training closely so I can contribute fast. That's a top scoring answer because it follows that ACE structure perfectly. First, the candidate acknowledges their lack of direct experience, but keeps it short and doesn't apologise. This avoids sounding negative or defensive. And second, they confirm their transferable skills with real examples from studies and volunteering. This proves they can already do things that matter in the workplace. And third, they explain their motivation and potential, focusing on how they'll learn quickly, follow training and contribute positively. The overall impression is someone who's self-aware, enthusiastic and reliable, exactly what an interviewer wants to see in a first-time hire. Let's now take a look at the same question, tell me about your experience, but for those candidates who have had a career break or are changing careers or changing industry. Here is a brilliant top scoring response to help you. I appreciate that I don't yet have recent experience in this exact role, but during my career, I've built skills that are highly transferable. For example, in my previous position, I regularly managed deadlines, worked in teams, and supported colleagues to achieve shared goals. More recently, while on my career break, I stayed active by volunteering at my child's school, where I organised events and communicated with a wide range of people. These experiences have kept my organisational and interpersonal skills strong. I'm now ready to apply these strengths in a new setting, and I'm highly motivated to learn quickly, adapt to your way of working, and to make a positive contribution to your team from day one. This answer is highly effective because it again uses that ACE structure. They acknowledge the lack of recent or direct experience, but keep it short and neutral. They confirm transferable skills from both their past career and recent activities, showing that they still have relevant strengths even after a career break. And they explain their motivation and potential by emphasising adaptability, readiness to learn, and a strong desire to contribute immediately. The key is that the candidate doesn't dwell on the gap. Instead, they redirect attention to value, reliability, and enthusiasm, which reassures the hiring manager that they'll transition smoothly into the role. So those were two brilliant answers, but now let me give you some common mistakes that you must avoid in your answers. So many candidates make these mistakes. I see it all the time, and they will fail their interviews if they make these kind of mistakes. Avoid these and you will stand out for the right reasons. So mistake number one is apologizing or sounding defensive. Saying things like, I know I don't have any experience, sorry, makes you appear unsure of yourself. Instead, acknowledge it briefly and move on to your strengths. Mistake number two is waffling or over-explaining your personal situation. For example, going into too much detail about why you took a career break or why you haven't worked before. Keep it professional and concise. The focus should always be on what you can do for them. What can you bring to their company and what can you bring to the job role? What are your strengths? So mistake number three is listing strengths without examples. So anyone can say that they are hardworking or that they are organised, but unless you give a short example, it won't be memorable. Always back your strengths up with experience, even from your studies, volunteering or personal life. And mistake number four is not linking it back to the job role. The interviewer is always thinking, How will this person help our team succeed? So every answer should end with how your strengths, your motivation, and your reliability will help you add value in their workplace. If you avoid these mistakes, you'll come across as confident, professional, and capable, even if you've never done the job before. So there we have it, the best way to explain your no work experience in a job interview. Remember the ACE structure. Acknowledge it briefly, confirm your transferable skills, and explain your motivation and potential. Now, if you follow that formula, you'll give a confident and positive answer that makes the interviewer focus on what you can do rather than what you haven't done yet. Now, if you'd like to take your preparation even further, I highly recommend you sign up for our best-selling Ultimate Online Interview Training course by clicking that link in the top right-hand corner right now. It's completely free for 14 days, and inside you'll find everything you need to pass any job interview. Step-by-step training, sample answers, scripts you can use, and insider tips that are all accessible straight away, perfect for last-minute preparation. It includes over 50 modules, breaking down every single common interview question. It provides insider tips, a mock interview for you to try, and over 25 years of insider recruitment insight, guaranteed to make you the standout candidate at your next interview. You can get instant access by clicking that link in the top right-hand corner of the video right now, or in the pinned comment below the video. Now, before you go, please remember to do 3 things for me. First, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I upload new interview training videos every week to help you succeed. Also, like this video, it really motivates me to keep creating more free content for you. And finally, don't forget to comment below and tell me the name of the job role that you are applying for, so I can get back to you with even more tailored interview tips and advice specific to that job role you're applying for. Oh, and don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link to my LinkedIn is in the description below. It's always great and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in your interview. Have a brilliant day. You've got this.